Blessings. Let me give y'all a chance to get up in here just in case. Y'all be chit-chatting with Grace tonight. I'm headed home, a late night drive. I changed some stuff up. Blessings to the Levi family. I give y'all a chance to get up in here. I know I probably had some trolls tonight, especially with this topic. I know sometimes y'all be hating when I be driving. I'm like, because she ain't gonna never look at the comments. Y'all know how I do. Do y'all think? Let me know what y'all think. Let me know. I got an hour ride home so we can chit chat a little bit. But y'all see what the topic is, and we are aware. Do Trump have a systematic plan to incite Black America and to dismantle the economic system, United States economic system? And I think I'm going to say yes, and yes. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, Black America. And everybody else, you're welcome. Listen, what we have been seeing taking place since January has been unprecedented in my Trump voice. Trump has tried everything in his power to make sure that his last election and this one will be something never to forget, okay? Now, before we talk about how Trump is basically trying to incite Black America and dismantle the economic system in America, let's talk about his first term, because I can't even see how this happened, and I'm just being honest. When Trump was in the first time, y'all know shortly after Trump got in the first time, we got hit with the OVID. We got hit with the OVID, and it was the most ridiculous roller coaster that we have ever been on top of being lied to, manipulated to take certain things that's not even considered medication or treatment. And that was under the guise of Trump. It was so crazy because people forgot where Project Warp Speed came from. It's so crazy because his base, or whoever his base was, literally forgot what we went through through his first election. Not only every day we had to watch this man come on to the TV and battle with other senates, other state representatives about the OVID and everybody's plan, but we watched him talk out of two sides of his mouth. Nobody paid attention to that. Not only did he say he had Project Warp Speed, and I have the clip where he literally says, oh, well, it's people out there that don't want to take it, and we have pretty strong guys that's in the army that, can get people to do what they need to do. So basically, he was even threatening at that time that he was going to send, basically armed forces to force us with the inoculation. And the only way that was going to happen if we was going to continue to get sick. And God be the glory that it was enough herd immunity that we were able to escape that first plan. That first plan. And a lot of people who did not participate in that first scam was Black America, and they were not happy with us. Do you understand that we dodged a bullet when it came to that inoculation under Trump? If you watch a lot of these elites, but just to stray off, you watch TED TV and these science blog talk, and they talk about evolution, and they talk about our society and how we don't have enough resources and how they have to make fake food and all of this shit, when you fly over cities, states in the United States, there's so much unoccupied land. Honestly, every time I fly over the states, going places, you see a lot of unoccupied land. There's a lot of land for us to habitate, but it seems like our leaders don't want that. So it's been this alleged conspiracy theory that we have people like Bill Gates and other elites who had planned to depopulate. Okay, and as we know, this is not only a Bill Gates thing, but it's also a Georgia Guidestones thing. Like, it really exists. Like, okay, it's been so many plans. So let's just keep this in mind, because I really think that the plan for 2021 for the OVID, it was supposed to take a lot of us out, and it was not only black people but just people. But what happened was God allowed us to, one, have discernment, two, to have our natural immunity. We couldn't even talk about natural immunity. That was, I mean, it was so many things that traumatized me in nursing at that time. That's why I'm doing something totally different in nursing and stepped away from the hospital. But one of the things is that we did not have rights. They treated us like dogs. And they forced the inoculation on a lot of us, even though he kept talking out of two sides of his mouth, saying, oh, you have the right to choose, you have the right to choose. But then it was basically states that were mandating it, and there were also places that, we had to literally sue. Like, it's even cases that just went through last year because they had to sue. You know who else won a lawsuit because of the OVID? Kyrie Irving. Yeah, go check him out. Yeah, he sued the NBA. It's also another estate that I have to look up again. It's I forgot his name, but when I was doing a lot of broadcasting on nursing, when I was doing my nursing broadcast throughout the OVID, it was one case that I was following where it was a young Gentile young man who passed away because of the OVID. Basically, he was waiting, and I'm going to get back to our subject, but I just want to see you to see how fucked up it was. This one, there was a young Caucasian boy. He was probably like 18 years old, and he wanted to play hockey, or it was some type of, like, he couldn't get into the hockey ring in his town without having to take this shot. So what he did was wait till the approved one came by. The approved, because it was actually approved inoculation that came towards the end. When that happened, I was in deep research, and come to find out, the approved one that they gave us that was scientifically proven to do whatever, slow it down, there never was to stop it. They was not giving that to us. So it's a case, and I gotta look it up. I will keep y'all posted. Where this family was suing the DOJ. I mean, Department of Defense. The DOD. I do apologize, not the DOJ, the Department of Defense. Why would that happen? Why? Because that whole Project Warp Speed and all of that stuff with the inoculation was done through the Army, was done through our DOD. Okay? So I want you to see the pattern, because Trump seems to use our army and our armed forces to try to get whatever he wants done. Now, that wasn't the only thing that happened under the Trump administration the first time, but that was the biggest and the bestest. There was a lot of chaos. There was a lot of hate and division, and us as brown melanated people suffered from our people being hanged, from people coming out of their mouth talking reckless until the COVID came. When the COVID came, everybody shut up, because it was just like, it was no discrimination, that they didn't know what to think. You know what I'm saying? That's when all that racial relations try kind of lower down. You see what I'm saying? But again, what happened? What happened when Trump was not elected? The January 6th, where his followers, after witnessing all that BS throughout his whole first term, still had the nerve to go and try to fight to get this man back in, saying the election was rigged and all this stuff. Like, y'all never knew that the elections was always rigged. It's so weird. Like, come on now. That's what really gets on my nerves when it deal with our European brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? Because you pick and choose what you want to use when you want to use it. And That's not okay. That's not okay. That's why we be in the situation that we're in right now as the United States. Okay? So you guys fought blood, sweat, and tears, got locked up, and then here we go again with another round of Trump in the building, and we did not do it. We did not do it. We didn't do. Now I can't say the first time. I think black people did really vote for Trump. I'm gonna be honest. This time we didn't do it. The first time, I'm gonna be honest, I think there was a good amount of black men. These people who are oh, thank you, Jesus. I'm sorry, I don't mean to say thank you, Jesus. I ain't trying to be pulled over by no damn white cop up here by Lanier, Lake Lanier. Hell no. Y'all know where I'm at? I'm in Georgia. Literally, I saw the cop on the side. Thank God I drive the limit, and I guess they got the person behind me. Thank you, Jesus, because I'm not here to play with them. Not at all. Not at all. Y'all know where I'm at. I'm in Gainesville. So anyway, so now let's get to where we at right now. Okay. Here we go, where we have people. You remember I was calling election fraud and all this shit, and acting like this is what's crazy, because we gotta have this talk, because y'all pick and choose what's good and bad, not knowing that the United States go into other countries, fuck up their election, pick people to go into positions, other countries, just tear up their economy, steal their resources, and they literally do it under the guise of democracy and helping these people have elections, i.e. Haiti. We're gonna talk about Haiti because they trying it. They trying it right now. We're going to get to it. The plan that Trump have is to incite Black America, but it's not going to happen. Period. It's not going to happen. So, as I say, y'all pick and choose what's good and what's not, because y'all already know most elections is rigged. Highlighting the fact that the popular vote actually doesn't choose the president, and I'm going to keep on saying this to you guys, it's the Electoral College. How the hell did the January 6ers went down there to be upset when your vote literally don't choose the president? He's already fucking chosen. It really just doesn't make sense to me. That's why I leave some of these things alone till it's time for me just to bang on it when it gets to a climax. And we're at a climax right now with Trump, with his war on Black America, the migration issue, as well as now what he's doing in Washington. So let's get caught up to what's going on now. First, Trump starts his new term by directly going after Black America. Directly. And I'm going to have to say, the way that we are handling things, and the people in Washington, the black people in Washington are handling things, we know that we are God's people, and we know that we have a soul. No matter how much y'all try to portray us as animals, y'all put the vow of the low of the bucket on TV like Sexy Red, these degenerates to actually represent us. We still walk with the Holy Spirit, literally. From the beginning of this term, he started to go straight after historical black monuments, because he knows that we deal with a lot of tokenism as Black Americans. So he like, hey, let's just start taking down this, because he thought that was going to make us go somewhere, make us move. But that's nothing but a figure. Okay, we have to live this shit. So when we saw that, a lot of us already kind of like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, we already know they had the what was it? Critical race theory argument. And it's so ridiculous, because the critical race theory argument should have been called just erase Black American history. Why would you call it critical race theory? It's critical because it critically shows you terrible in your history. That's why it's critical race theory, because it's critical because it hurts your feelings that you did what you did. It's literally victimization. Like, y'all talk about victimization. How do you beat and hurt and kill people and sell them, and then you call yourself the victim? This is the backward ass bell view world that we in. It just does not make sense. But we watch that. We watch the critical race theory thing go on, and I want to say this: I would pray that Black America actually compensated by actually starting to homeschool their kids and teaching them their history. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if my soul told me that this was going to happen, but about 7 years ago, I started to, like I said, save all of these documentaries, all of these things and information, and find out information about my ethnicity, our nation. And it comes in handy right now, because if we don't know our history and know who we are, where we came from, and have, or just historical teachings from our generations, like the real story behind Black Wall Street, the real story behind Lake Lanier, the real story behind, just so many stuff, we're going to literally have a generation that's disconnected. It's already hard to fight AI and where they're training our kids. So imagine if you did not do that, Black America, this is the time now to get as much books as possible, as much information as possible, so you can basically give that to your generations. Because it looks like, what was that movie where they stole everybody's books and then it was like against the law to read books and shit? Thank you guys for being here. Obviously, I know I can't look at the comments because I'm driving. I would love to, because I know we're having a good conversation down there. Some of y'all curse me out, but I don't give a damn, because this is the truth, is the truth. What was that movie with the books? That they took the books, they were burning them all. Not the book of Eli, I love that. But that's literally the times that we're in. And it's so crazy because our Gentile cousins, and I call y'all cousins, literally you came from the same damn womb that we came from. You came from the same womb, even if you don't want to believe it. If you don't want to believe it, y'all are descendants of Esau. And y'all are descendants of Esau and Gentiles. So whatever the Bible say, just keep that in your head. But what I'm saying right now is that we have watched them come after our educational system. Now he expanded, because y'all thought that it was just going to be a war on the history that he was teaching, that we have our history. You know how they just making shit up, changing names, talking about indentured servitude, all types of stuff, bringing in all of this. I think that was under actually the Democrats too, bringing in a lot of the LGBT thing. You know what I'm saying? But with that goes to say, we as Black America didn't let it touch us. We didn't let it bother us the way that they wanted it to. And I'm going to tell you, what Trump is trying to do is not going to work on us, because we know ancestrally, I didn't say that word correctly, in our intuition, as well as what is prophesied, we know what time we're in. We, as Black America, y'all know I'm going to call us descendants of slaves wherever we're at. We have been through so much and through so many captivities that you don't realize that we're ready for anything. That's why Black America is living the way they do. I'm just being honest, because it seems like we're waiting for a messiah or something. Like, we're so over this European system that is like really not a big fight in us. A physical fight, because we're not going out there physically doing anything to you guys, because we already know that you don't play fair. Even when we overpower y'all fighting for our rights, you still find a way to punish us and not punish the people who actually need it. We've seen that several times over, where many of our Black ancestors were murdered, mutilated, because of lies from our Gentile brothers and sisters. And then when we retaliated, we still had to go to jail and all types of stuff. Like, it's just ridiculous. So when we see that endlessly over and over, and we start to feel the repercussions of Stockholm syndrome, I think that's what you're getting right now, where you're not going to get a physical response from us, but you will get a spiritual response from us. If you're not seeing that not only is that America is being destroyed from the inside because of the current tone that we're in, please read Obadiah. Literally, this is part of the prophecy of Obadiah, where we have Esau and our Gentile brothers who have sold themselves so thin to their enemies that their enemies is about to watch America destroy. Point blank period. I'm trying to figure out if Trump is trying to dismantle Black America or literally create, or not create, literally help us reveal the Black Messiahs. Not Messiah, because we only got one Lord and Savior, our Savior Yeshua. But you got to understand that it takes a body of us to move forward. And what you're doing is inciting the Black mind and separating us. A lot of us don't want to have anything to do with this system because you continue to show who you are. This is the best time ever, because right at the beginning of his first term, we were starting to see what it was. Like, oh snap, like they really hate us. Like all that nice, nasty, politically correct, that shit out the window. But like I said, the Ovid came and it kind of toned it down, and we were all up Shit's Creek without a pilot. Y'all was calling God, taking this, doing all types of shit. But you have to remember, if you look at the statistics, us as brown melanated people did not have the high numbers like the rest of the nations and across the world. I promise you. I promise you. That's why Atlanta did so good. But I do believe, too, I just want to talk about this Ovid thing. I do believe it was more of a scare tactic. I can say it now, and I have said it before as a nurse. Not to say that I didn't take care of COVID patients. These people wasn't dying. Certain things wasn't going on, and we wasn't overloaded with that particular diagnosis. But what I will say is that the numbers of Ovid compared to heart disease, respiratory distress, and I think even diabetes, the national yearly average at that time was way higher than the numbers we were seeing with Ovid. The numbers went up with Ovid with the death actually after the inoculation that was brought out through warp speed. Honestly. So we're talking about Trump. We're talking about Trump and what he had done, because y'all, like his people, his base, literally, he have you. Pray for Trump, pray for Trump, pray for Trump. I prophesied, whatever it was, she put some voodoo on y'all asses, some hoodoo, some white Celtic magic on y'all, and y'all spiritually fucking blinded that you don't even see that he's destroying you guys as well. So I'm still talking about my brown melanated people and how he's trying to incite us, but it really was not working, because even with the Ovid, they try to say, oh, the Black people were getting sick, and it couldn't even stay in the news because the shit wasn't the truth. So again, they're attacking us again, putting us in the forefront so they can attack you. This is what they do. They use us, the descendants of slaves, to attack the whole nation, the whole world. Y'all think that it is a go. Subrogation and the 14th Amendment was created for us. It was created for the Black slaves. It was not created for all of Americans. But y'all don't realize that y'all subrogated as well. And y'all under the guise of the 14th Amendment, where, I mean, y'all may not suffer as much as us, having your rights taken over and being considered a slave when you get arrested. But you see the pattern? That's what I'm saying. People, wake the fuck up, Gentiles. Wake up, because you're going to literally let this man destroy you, thinking that you're destroying everybody else. Wake the fuck up. Wake up. Okay, Gentiles? So now, again, you have Trump with the bullshit, but y'all not realizing the spiritual war going on. Because as much as ammunition, bullets, or whatever y'all throw towards the Black community, if it was allegedly blaming us for DEI, when DEI was literally for diversity and inclusion and people with disabilities. And let's keep this real. A lot of birth defects and disabilities and autoimmune disease, go do the math. It's not us. It's not us. It's some diseases I see in the healthcare system that don't touch Black America as much as the rest of them. What we have issues with is health, heart disease, because we don't eat right, blood sugar, increased blood sugar, pancreatic issues, and cancer is literally because of the food. But the other nations are born with this type of shit. So I'm trying to explain a little bit, just so we can kind of figure out where we at, what type of people you actually going after when Trump goes after us. And we're chosen people. We're surviving all of this. We survived literally 7 captivities, 700 years of Arab slave trade. Then we went into the Western slave trade and we survived that shit. And we're still here, right? Almost 200. No, we're not even. That's a damn lie. 18. Hold up. I'm trying to remember some dates. It's late at night. But almost 200 years of freedom. Almost in America. And we're still okay. That's what y'all need to see, that whatever Trump does or tries to do to us, it's not going to work. We're built like Teflon. That's why you see what's going on in Washington, D.C. right now. The videos that I'm seeing is so appalling and disgusting, but it's so beautiful to see my black people, my black hood dudes, who y'all say we ain't shit, we kill people, we literally exercising the highest regard of discernment and control. You're seeing them on their porch minding their business, smoking whatever they want to, 420, because it's legal on their porch. Literally, you can have an ounce out there without going to jail, but you have these people called ICE, or I'm gonna just shut up. You got the federal agents running down on the black community, as though we the one that's out here wilding. And we're really not. We're really not. If you really look at what's going on, we are not the ones that is inciting violence and hate. What I'm going to be doing this week too is I'm going to put a little cut together of some of the things I talked about on my last live, where I talked about, you know how many hangings there have been in the last 2 years? I had somebody on my video like, I don't know about no hangings, because you don't know about nothing but that you don't want to see. You just want to look in one damn direction. Hangings, murders of our brown melanated sisters. There was one Georgia girl who went on a dating site with a Caucasian man, and he cut her body up. You know, it took him a day or 2 or 3 days or so for them to lock him up after they found her body and knew that he was the last person with him on a date and everything. This is what we have to go through, and we still have more composure and more discernment than our counterparts. Now I said it. We still do have more heart and soul than you guys, because you're allowing a monster like Trump to do what he do under the guise of making America great again, when this country, as I'm going to prove to you, and as proven by history, that it was never a European country. I just released a little document, a little representation of old videos that I have of basically showing you that the Phoenicians traveled here way before Christopher Columbus, and the Phoenician was overcome by Egypt and Rome. And Rome took all their culture, literally, and brought this shit here. That's why you got the pyramids. But y'all don't know y'all history, but you're claiming that this is your fucking land. Like, you really shouldn't even claim this land as your land, because it has so much blood and death on it. Do you think that the creator of the universe, Yahweh, ain't coming back for what's his? Do you remember the Cain and Abel story where the land cried out to God? Do you think our land is not crying out to God? What do you think is going to happen, Gentiles? And I'm going to say, shout out to the Gentiles who's actually fighting for us, who actually see that it is a problem. Because even when we stood out at that other protest, it was a lot of them was like, yes, I see why you sit out. Just go sit out. Peep this. While this thing is going on in Washington and they're running down, because I'm going to call these FBI agents are not FBI agents. I believe that this is the collective of this fake ICE task force unit that they have literally ran Craigslist ads for and Google ads to have people come in to be ICE agents, to offering them $60,000 in school being paid and all this bullshit. That's who's actually doing what they're doing in Washington. You don't have real federal agents out there. You have these people who are, in my opinion, some of them are filled with hate, taking opportunities to go round up some niggas. Now, I need y'all to remember this story that I told you guys, too. A while ago, I told y'all about black people need to be aware that their citizenship can be rescinded. And no. It just takes a change of the Constitution, an amendment of the Constitution to happen, a new amendment. Just like the Dominicans did to Haiti after the earthquake. Just do you, and they be like, no, they can't touch it. But these same people who was chasing after the migrants are now in DC helping lower violent crime, running down on people smoking weed and drinking on their porch or whatever. That was the worst that I saw. I mean, literally. Then I saw something even more terrible where you just had them just running down on people. I'm going to have to say shout out to Foxy Roxy. I was looking at her video today, and she, look, young boys, 15, 16-year-olds on the rental mopeds, they're just taking it from them. I mean, and then you have the nerve to say that our kids are in our community destroying shit when they don't have nothing to fucking do. When you already, way before Trump came in, defunded a lot of programs. Not only in the black community, but just generally. And then the programs that we do have don't funnel down correctly. So then you have I'm calling them ICE agents. They're not damn feds. You have the ICE agents in Washington running down on teenagers with bikes, running down on people for smoking cigarettes. This is violent crime. But wait, the news is not broadcasting this. I know I'm hitting y'all. I know the trolls are in there or whoever. Let's get it, baby, because this is judgment. And you're getting just judged by my mouth. Did y'all see that it was a protest in the last 24 hours in Washington? Full of our Gentile cousins. Full of our Gentile cousins. Walking and protesting. Is that shit on the news? You don't see no feds around them. You don't see no ICE agents around them. But you have ICE agents running down in immigration trucks, undefined vehicles, and all types of shit, and just snatching people up. Let's get to this. On top of these ICE agents snatching people the fuck up, do you know that I ran across 3 different videos of sets of black children missing, like 30 black children. Oh yeah, don't worry. Everything I talk about, I got it. We're going to be putting this shit together. Missing over one night. Groups of 5 children from group homes missing. Because they know once they take kids from group homes, they don't give a damn. They don't go look for these kids. Do you understand what's going on? So we have these ICE agents that are not trained agents, that are literally just being given a mass, a gun, and $60,000 to go run up down the street and round people up. They did that in Dominican Republic when they took back the citizenship rights of the Haitians after the earthquake. And they allowed the citizens to get in to capture Haitian people. And they allowed the citizens to kill the Haitian nationals. Y'all didn't know that was happening, but I'm glad I could share this with y'all, because I shared this before. I said y'all need to be careful, because if they start to just recruit regular Americans and these Caucasian Americans that have this embedded hate in their bones, in their fucking bones, there's going to be a problem. They're not going to just be scooping up migrants. They're scooping up people. They are kidnapping. Black boys are being missing. 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds missing from Chicago, missing all of. But then the thing is that the numbers are heavy. The numbers is not just 1 or 2 people who's being missing. It's heavy. So I'm going to be putting that together for you guys, because that's what they don't want us to pay attention to. They're stealing our people. Okay? And this is all, to me, in my opinion, under the guise of depopulation. Why do they want to depopulate the world? Highlighting that we have so much land, so much resources, because these people are not, these beings that run our country, they can't be human. They can't be humane. There's no fucking way. That's why when we talk about the fallen angels, the Anunnaki, the disembodied spirits, why won't I believe that shit when you have people acting the way they acting? Why won't I take that as more than face value when we are living in the days that we're living in? No way can our elite, what they call themselves elite, be of human capacity. No way is Trump human. There's no fucking way. I'm not going to run with that at all. I don't care what you say, because he don't give a damn about you either, his voting base. Okay? Just been made aware of that Medicaid have got cut back so bad. Y'all go look at this. Go look this up. Go look at the nursing homes in y'all area. Nursing homes, some nursing homes are giving patients 30 days to get their parents out or get their loved ones out because Medicaid has been cut. That's Trump. That's your waste, fraud, and abuse. But it's so crazy because a lot of the waste, fraud, and abuse literally comes from the government. It's literally coming from the people who's spending it. So it's so crazy that we are the people that's going to feel the repercussions, but then I got the damn IRS sitting me talking about I owe you some money for my damn taxes when I went to work and worked every damn day and all of hours. How the do I owe you when you taking this shit and going to just spend it on wars and mismanagement? The mismanagement is not totally on the people. It's on the system. They can see that. They do audits. They seen that a lot of these companies are shell companies. These companies were shell companies way back in the day. I.e. an example in Haiti, because we're going to talk about Haiti because they thought they was coming for Haiti. They not fucking coming for Haiti. The shell companies they used in Haiti to launder the money out of after the earthquake. Little Bill Clinton and his friends and all of these American contractors got that money. This was the corruption. This the waste, fraud, and abuse. But we have to suffer, and then you keep asking us for our tax money. Like, I'm just trying to figure out when do we all wake up? When do we all wake up and see that it's a systematic plan to destroy us as humans? Fuck just black people. You know they have to go after us because we're the chosen. It's a regal tribe. It's a bloodline that they have to disintegrate. Go back to Genesis when Yahweh was getting on the Elohim for confusing all of the nations, and he picked his people. We are his people. So we have to be that main target because we're going to be the ones that survive. So they got to get rid of us first. But it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So Trump's systematic plan to ignite black fear, anger, or whatever it is not going to work because we tough like Teflon. Like, we've been through so much shit. It's nothing you can say or do that gets us there. But then when we do get there, we have a fucking righteous anger. Wake up. Hold on one second, y'all. I'm trying to make my thing work. We have a righteous anger. Like what we saw, what was that? What was it, Cincinnati? Because I'm starting to really think Cincinnati racist is all hell. Was it the Cincinnati brawl? Just like the Alabama brawl, but at least in the Alabama brawl, we got vindicated when all the black people started going off, knocking heads off. Aquaman came down that bitch. All types of ancestors was coming out. But in the Cincinnati thing, where you have the Russians who actually started with the black people, smacked the black man, and they all got righteously plummeted. Do you understand what happens with righteous anger? That's what the fuck happens with righteous anger. But again, who's suffering behind it? They have all 4 or 5 of those assailants from Cincinnati, which is assailants. All 5 or 4 of those brown melanated people who stood up for themselves, even got me saying assailants. You see how they brainwash us? And they're not even acknowledging the fact. This is the cognitive dissonance with my Gentiles. Y'all gonna really pay. You're gonna pay so fucking bad. The ones who can't see this, it's not to my ones who know what's going on. You already know what it is. It's a multicolored cloak that's going with Yahshua. But it's going to be a lot of people that burn. And you have to warn your Gentile brothers and sisters that they will burn. Yahshua is brown. He's a brown melanated being. Literally from the Middle East. Literally from Africa. Fuck the Middle East. That's what it is. Africa. The land of Africa. Okay? How could you hate and discriminate on the people that you pray to their Messiah? Like, y'all really fucked up in the head, and it's no more blissful ignorance that's gonna work. There's no more blissful ignorance. There's no willful ignorance. We all know what it is. That's why black people have did what we did. That's why we're doing what we're doing. Because there's no more blissful ignorance. We can't keep blaming you guys, saying, oh, Gentile enslaved us, this, that, and the third. We see a system. How many times y'all set us up? No matter if we fight for ourselves, y'all try to make us the bad guy. It's not like we're not going to fight, but we have learned spiritual warfare now, and that's what the fuck you seeing. That's why y'all being destroyed amongst each other. That's why y'all fighting each other. What you see in is spiritual warfare. All of those old plantations and shit catching fire. The plantations that you literally set up to be worker free. What the fuck do I mean? You think these people who owned the farms and shit that wanted to get rid of the migrants are new generation of farmers? That's what made them so stupid. That's what I said. My Gentiles are so willfully ignorant that you set yourself up that this is a message that y'all have to stop. Because you're going to burn and you're economically depriving yourself. So you have all of these Caucasian farmers, Gentile farmers that's like, wait, my workforce is gone. You have these construction companies that's saying my workforce is gone. But you guys voted for them. That's what I'm saying. You willfully blinded. Hate will willfully blind you into a fucking pit. And that's what y'all see happening. That's why I want to say my brown melanated people keep handling it the way you handle it. I'm not telling you not to fight because we have the right to defend ourselves. But try your best to pick the high road and let God guide your mind. Whatever he say do, just do it. He'll get you out of it. Some of the things he told the Hebrews to do was a little wild, but it worked. That's all I'm saying. So do I think he's going to get the inciting us as brown Americans that he wanted, black American, the descendants of slaves? No, it's not going to happen. Everything that you thought was going to happen wasn't going to happen. You thought that you was going to remove these migrants or whoever, and then and Trump dumbass about, well, I thought the blacks was going to do it. What the fuck do you mean? Like, black women are one of the most intelligent species in America right the fuck now. What do you mean? That we were going to go on fields and shit and do. That was never going to happen. That's what I said. You can't be thinking this shit through. For the Gentiles to say, oh, Trump is paying chess and he's 7 steps ahead. No fucking way. He's not 7 steps ahead of Yeshua, obviously, because he fucking up. Okay? So I said enough as far as, will Trump incite black America? No. Now, I got 30 minutes to get almost home. Thank y'all for being here with Miss Grace. I'm just chopping it up. I know this is going to cut a few people, but it is what it is because destruction will come. It's coming. And we're going to sit here and just watch. Just like Elijah did on Mount Carmel, and just watch all of the Baal worship cut themselves, bleed, yell for their God to make something for them. Your God, Trump. And guess what he's going to do? Nothing. Nothing. And what we going to do like Elijah? Just sit there calm and watch and say, God, we're going to say, give me some water. And we're going to say a simple prayer. It's going to be like, boom. Realize who you messing with. Especially when we correct ourselves as brown melanated people, because we never been homicidal towards other nations. We literally been self-destructive to ourselves. So now that we see that, baby, all walls are down, like there's no more playing, these other nations literally are really trying to get us because we tried to pretend that they wasn't. Now you think that we not about to get it together? You don't think we're getting it together? When you see the KKK coming into areas and getting ran the hell out? Did y'all not hear that a body was found on Stone Mountain in Georgia like 2 months ago? Burnt. A black body on Stone Mountain. That's why I stopped going to Stone Mountain. When I first got here to Georgia, I went to Stone Mountain and I saw that Confederate flag up there. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And you know, us as brown melanated people want to be inclusion. We want to force people to do that. So it's protests there and all types of shit. You know what they did when Trump came back in? They burnt the fucking black body up there. They even got wild enough, and it just happened where the guy got shot at the park in Atlanta. because he came out saying some KKK. Like, this is not going to work, y'all. It's not going to work in y'all best interest. And we don't want to do this shit. What we want to do is fight evil. So we asking y'all to get on the right side of history. Shout out to all of the people who was literally in Washington protesting today, and they did not put y'all on the mainstream. Y'all was protesting. Thank you. Thank you, my Gentiles. Thank you. Thank you. Go look it up. But they're not going to broadcast that. And you're going to look at the videos and see that it was no feds around them, no police around them. They literally just walking, hundreds of, probably thousands of them just walking, just, rah, rah, rah. Us, we can't even say boo without them trying to murder us. How far do you think that this is going to go? Alright, I dragged it into the hole just a little bit, enough for right now. I know I got my Gentile brothers or the racist ones or whoever they want to call themselves, Trump lovers, feeling some way. But I bet you when you lay down, you're going to think about this shit, because you can't move us. The hate that you have, we don't have it. Whatever you try to portray us being this, we don't have what the fuck y'all have or don't have. We have a soul. So no matter what you try, it's just not going to work. Now let's get into Trump's plan to dismantle the economy of America. That's everybody. See, it starts with us. It starts with us, because they're not only going to, how can I say, mix up, take out our history and revamp stuff. This is what they're going to do for y'all too. When it's all said and done, they're going to write in the books what the fuck they want to put in there, and y'all kids not going to know the real truth behind the shit either. Okay? I'm just saying. So Trump plan to clean up America or drain the swamp has not only took so many competent people out of position, but it also made us nationally weak. How is that? You fired top generals and people in the army that was supposed to, in the service, Navy service, certain services that was supposed to be there. People lost their job under DEI too in the service, and we didn't even have it. Y'all need black talent, y'all need brown melanated talent, because when we came up in there, when we come in any of y'all wars, we shut shit the fuck down. That's why directly what Russia did when they got in Ukraine, they took all the black people out. Y'all didn't peep that. Ukraine was playing black people. Y'all not paying attention. This is how much they hate us. This is just fucking disgusting. Oh my God. It is 1 o'clock in the fucking morning. Hold on. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, guys. Who not hurt theyself? Let me get up out of here. God. Yo, this ain't nothing but the devil. This is like the same. Oh, Jesus. This like the same thing that happened before. Y'all remember I told you it took me 3 hours to get home? Man, not today. Not today. The traffic stopped. I'm about to kick their natural ass. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on a second. I got to maneuver real quick. I'm in the A, and it is 1:20 in the morning, and the traffic is a stop. I never saw no shit like that a day in my life. Hold on, y'all. I'm about to pull over because I'm about to map this out real quick. Y'all see? I'm telling you, when shit hit the fan, y'all can't be dealing with GPS. I'm going to get you caught up. Hold on, y'all. I'm about to map this out because I'm not about to be on this thing for the rest of my life. Hold on. Alright, boom. If I go make a right at this light, I make a left on flat shows. I can take flash off and get back on the highway. I want to get my ass back up. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Y'all better learn how to read them damn maps. They got me messed up. If they thought that my this was going to be sitting in this traffic for 2 hours in the middle of the night. Yeah. So let's get back to it. Trump planned to dismantle America's financial system. So boom. He went in and took the smartest and the brightest out. The smartest and the brightest out so he can look intelligent, so he can feel intelligent. He took intelligent pilots out and also kept and support Boeing. Do y'all understand, white America, Caucasians? Y'all got to, because y'all gonna have to fight each other. That's how we get some. Once y'all fight each other, we get shit done. And y'all just beat each other up, and then the best man win, because we still fighting the curses of Deuteronomy, so we pretty much know the outcome of this shit. But what it is that y'all gonna have to fight each other, because he's setting y'all the hell up. Trump, yeah, I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. You like, did she say that? Hell yeah. I know we under the curses. So it's certain things we have to go through. And it's not, we're never gonna be able to free ourselves according to the Bible. And not saying that y'all gonna free us. Y'all just gonna destroy each other. And then God gonna come down and say, stop fucking messing with the land. You know what I'm saying? He gonna save who he saved. But what Trump did economically not only put us in danger when it comes to security measures in the army, our pilots, planes was falling out the sky, like back to back, and things still happening even up to the time where I was traveling a couple weeks ago. Three things happened on that weekend with Boeing. That's the thing. Like, if he cared, why the fuck didn't get Boeing to get themselves together? Why didn't he push for Boeing to stop cutting corners and pay their workers and stop killing their workers allegedly just before trial? You see what I'm saying? There's some of this shit that affects y'all. Y'all like traveling, but y'all not seeing no fucking problem with that. Y'all not seeing no problem with that. That, y'all really got to pay attention to what's going on. That Boeing thing is directly related or connected to AI, because they have a push for AI. They have a push to dismantle us by having us depend on AI, where we'll have a universal income, where we don't have to utilize none of our talents or our brain power or nothing. Shout out to Chat GPT, that's doing fucking everything for everybody. You can't even calculate shit. I mean, literally, I think Chat GPT is like my baby daddy or something. Because I literally talk to my kids and they be like, let me talk to Chat GPT. I'm like, what the fuck? Go read it. Go check it out. Oh, it's right here. It's real easy. Yeah. So what happens, this is how he's dismantling and not slowly but rapidly disintegrating our economic system and the safety of our nation. Okay? So this is just with Boeing, because it's very important. Hold on, I got my light. I had to turn my light back on. This is very important because you know what messed up Boeing planes? Boeing tried to be in competition with another airline, and that airline had basically got some upgrade for an autopilot feature. And what Boeing tried to do was implement a fast type of program, meaning that they didn't do their check and balance system. And the program basically was to allow the plane to go on to autopilot if it was like descending or going off the flight pattern in a manner that would indicate it's about to crash, allegedly. They were trying to make crash-free planes. Y'all didn't even peep that. And guess what? The fucking planes crash. That's how God is. That's how our prayers are working. It's not a joke, because what you're doing to us and thinking that y'all gonna get away and build this magnificent, beautiful place, y'all really not without us. It's really not gonna happen. So we have our servicemen who lost their job. A few of them walked away. Even the one who they said, the one that was over the emergency red button to control Trump from pushing it, he got rid of him. It was Secretary of Defense. Who was it? Replaced all these people with incompetent. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. I gotta say it in that way. Okay? Let's move on. So, the defunding that he did was not only for health care services. As I gave you an example, go look into these nursing homes right now. They're giving, a few of them are giving their patients 30 days to get out because Medicaid has been cut back. What the fuck are we doing here? What are we doing here? What do we got going on? I mean, let me know, am I tripping? Like, this is what y'all want, Gentiles? The ones who's not fighting, we need more of y'all to go out there and tear shit up. Okay. On top of this, let's move on to another way that he is. What? Oh, this thing that put me right back. Another way that he's dismantling the system. Why does this do this to me? Hold on one second, y'all. Another way he's dismantling the system is another thing of traffic. I can't believe this is Atlanta. We in traffic. I'm never getting home messing with this place. Messing with this place, dog. Let me see. Okay, we about to take the back roads. Because everything is just like at a stop. And you know GPS ain't shit, right? GPS must be the gas company because they literally, GPS will get you right back in a circle or take you the longest route. Alright, so we got the Medicaid thing going. Then we got the defunding of the schools. That's the worst thing you can do for the economy, is to take away people's knowledge, the ability to gain knowledge. Now, I'm not talking about everybody has to go to college and all of this stuff. It's not about that. It's about people having critical thinking, about people being self-starters, and people being able to be innovative. You can't be self-starters, critical thinkers, or innovative when you have no educational base or creativity to allow you to be creative. You understand? Like, what they're doing in the school system is taking out all the creativity, all of the true history, and all of the critical thinking. It's literally taking all the critical thinking skill, especially when it came with the McGraw-Hill. Y'all got to go look up McGraw-Hill and the standardized testing. These are some of the things that when they started doing the standardized test, you know what was for me when I knew the system was fucked up? When it did the Common Core math, and then the teachers couldn't even do the Common Core math. They couldn't even teach this shit. Do y'all hear anything about Common Core math? Do y'all ever hear about that shit? Because they're just experimenting with us. They're trying to get us down to our dumbest form so we use no form of our brain. So he has Vince McMahon, wife, Miss McMahon, over our education system. Is that what we seeing? And allegedly she had some allegations against her when it comes to children. A few of his people on his cabinet got allegations against them when it comes to children. What are we thinking, Gentiles? Come on, babies. We got to think better than this. How are you supporting this? How are you guys not losing your damn mind for making a decision like this? Huh? This is what I'm trying to figure out. How are you not losing your mind for making a decision? I know some Caucasians, I'm watching them, they done moved out the country. Yes, it was this one young lady on TikTok where I think she was in Switzerland or something. They asked her where she was from. She said America. They was like, ooh, you made it out. You okay? That's how fucking serious it is. It's so bad that other countries don't want to come to America. Okay? Let's talk about, I want to talk about this. I want to move on too. I want to talk about, because I didn't get to talk about, because I really got to talk about our black people. They don't talk about us. Yo, do you see what Trump trying to do in Haiti? Like, we literally telling everybody, mind your fucking business. We already had Clinton and her people come in there and use our tragedy to build and line the pockets of white contractors, American contractors. But we literally had nothing that they built up after that earthquake, everything that we have done. That's why you have the gangs out there that have gotten together. This is so crazy. There has been a warrant for one of the gang leaders called Barbecue. His name is Barbecue. They call him Barbecue, but it's not. It's Barbecue. It is at least 12 Haitian gangs out there. Different gangs. See, the difference is with us, I'm gonna tell you, we're a little bit synchronized. So each gang had their own, they got their own specialty. I'm not telling you to do gang stuff, but this is how we still got control of America, over Haiti, and this is why they can't penetrate Haiti, and this is why it's no real fucking travel ban in Haiti. My grandma literally just came from Haiti three weeks ago. We just had to pay a little bit more money. Pay like you weigh. It's always a way. And it wasn't walking over no damn border. Literally a plane from Haiti to here in America. Y'all need to stop falling for the fucking hype. So now you got to Trump going at the barbecue. Now, mind you, I'm going to tell you like this. As Haitian and, you know, having elders in Haiti and knowing what's going on, we don't want the gangs. We don't want barbecue and none of them in there because y'all gave them the fucking power. Barbecue is, he literally was like some type of government worker in Florida that went rogue. Y'all don't know who Bobby. He was made by America, just like they made ICE. Nobody's about to play with y'all. Nobody's about to play with y'all. Like, you even hear Haitian people saying this shit, like, you made barbecue and you think you about to come in here and play some ICE shit and come and get them? How did we get the guns in Haiti? How did we, when we don't manufacture guns? No, the guns come from here. America has the highest manufacturers of guns in the fucking world. Okay? How did we get like this? And now they're going to issue a warrant for this man's arrest that they the one that fueled him with the money and the connects, bringing whatever in and out of Florida for how many years until something didn't work right with whoever he was under, whatever government agent he was under. Something went rogue and he left and stayed in Haiti because they were trying to plant something on him then. Now, I don't support barbecue because these motherfuckers is murderers. We got one gang that kidnap. They in charge of kidnap. One gang in charge of move guns. One cars. One RN. One kidnapping. This is bad. I'm going to be honest. But guess what? We got this. Like, we not here to play. We here to slay. Okay? Straight point blank period. That is another way that Trump is trying to incite something in black people. Now, that may not bother black Americans because y'all try to separate yourself from the tribe of Levi, even though we like cousins. Like, literally, Judah, you was born after Levi. From Leah. From Rachel. Okay? I believe it's Rachel. Yeah, you was born right after us. Levi, Judah. So my thing, I have to always remind y'all that my thing is that he's trying to incite black people around the world, brown melanated people around the world, because I'm not sure. I don't know if he's trying to slow down revelations. I don't know what Trump is trying to do, but he cannot stop what's happening biblically. Like, it's just going to happen. And I'm going to be honest, you guys are going to have to really cleave to black America. The ones that's out there protesting for us, with us, for your nation, you're doing right. You're cleansing some of that generational, how can I say it? Hold on. Not generational wealth, but generational curses that's on white America that y'all have not experienced yet. Y'all have not experienced yet because y'all system has cloaked it. You cannot beat, mutilate, kill people and get slaps on the wrist through y'all police station, through all types of shit, and never think that kingdom judgment is going to come. Everybody else get judgment but you guys. That's not a good way of thinking. So again, you got Trump trying to incite us in Haiti. That's not the right thing to do. Because if you send any other troops in there or anything, they're going to be leaving just like, remember who they sent, Zimbabwe troops? Who they sent over there the other couple of years, last year? They tried to send them in there. And do y'all hear anything else about them 200 troops that came in there from the African nation? We not about to play. Like, let us handle what we handle. Barbecue even said, listen, I ain't beat. Y'all want to talk? Let's talk. Because every day, there's people in Haiti flying back and forth there, interviewing and seeing what's going on out there. But I'm bringing this up to you guys because y'all have this facade or cloak over your head, like the news or what they tell y'all is the fucking truth, when you literally got to get out your house and go live the shit. You get out the house and go meet some people. You see what I'm saying? Expand your horizons. And then you're going to realize that, one, a lot of us have a lot in common.